I got my computer and you got your interface.
And we both got the plague.
We're officially out of the Momscast technical problems arc. Now we're in the Momscast plague arc, bro.
Yes, we are in the Momscast plague arc. Before we get anything started, welcome to the 18th episode of Mom Said It's My Turn on the podcast. Yep. 18,
Holy
baby.
Shit.
I'm your host, Brandon.
In Panama. And I'm Victor.
Podcast can drink in most of the civilized world by now.
Holy shit. Podcast is legal.
Podcast is legal.
Barely.
Kind of weird.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's almost too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. Almost too old for him. Look,
Dude.
okay. Before we get anything started, I saw this tweet where it's like, if you want to like have any like a rational opinion about the Leonardo DiCaprio thing, realize that the age gap between Leonardo DiCaprio and his new girlfriend is the same age gap as Pedro Pascal and the girl who plays Ellie on The Last of Us show.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
By the way, do you know she was in Game of Thrones, right?
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Well, I like the thing. She's an HBO actor. You know how there's like Disney actors?
Yeah.
Well, she's an HBO actor because she was in Game of Thrones, which is HBO.
Yeah.
And then she was in a show I like. I have to finish watching it, actually. Third season just came out in December. From his Dark Materials. It's like...
Oh, yeah.
It's an adaptation of one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
Except, I don't know if I talked about this in the podcast, but I felt betrayed by HBO.
Why?
My favorite character in that book, it's called Lee Cosby. And, you know...
I feel like you've talked with me about this, but not on the podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the way we did this.
He's supposed to be a full-blooded Texan from the Republic of Texas, because it's set on, like, his art materials is set on, like, an alternate universe, blah, blah, blah. So there's the Republic of Texas, and he's, like, an aeronaut, so he has a balloon. And he's supposed to be this big cowboy dude. So I was like, I wonder what white man with a Texas accent is gonna play Lee Cosby. And I get to the episode where he goes in introduced, and my jaw drops, because I just
was flabbergasted.
I just hear this annoying screeching voice where Lin-Manuel Miranda just pops out.
No, not Lin-Manuel Miranda.
like no shade, actually, all of the shade to Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin, you're a great composer.
I'm torn. Yeah, no, actually, no, I agree with that. He's a good like writer and composer. Not my favorite when he comes onto the screen / stage.
Yeah, like Hamilton, really good.
It's okay.
Maybe if someone else was Hamilton, it'd be better. Like,
yeah.
Like, I get that it's your passion project, it's your baby, but Lynn,
if you're gonna write something really good, and you want to be in it, take a step back from it and look at it from a neutral perspective, and be like, could anyone else do this? Like, you have to think, like, could anyone else? Because what I think is like, and this kind of leads into what I kind of wanted to talk about, is I've been on an Always Sunny in Philadelphia kick recently.
Oh no.
And
it's
like
the feeling in you.
And so, you know, the people in like the stars of that show, like the guys who play Mac, Charlie, and Dennis, they write the show and they like produce the show. And I think that works because literally no one else could play those characters. No other human being could play those characters.
Like, the thing is that,
like if you're going to do that, make sure you're irreplaceable. Yeah. Like Stallone with Rocky, Stallone wrote Rocky, no one else could be Rocky. Had to be Stallone.
Yeah. Like so Panama has its own Hamilton. It's called 1903, and it's all about how Panama, the whole canal debacle. It's actually really good.
Okay.
It was written by this like quote unquote influencer guy. He does a lot of art, but he did it with a bunch of like musicians and stuff. Like,
interesting.
He did it with a very talented team of people. And like instead of taking the Lin-Manuel Miranda route and being like the main character, he decided to be the villain.
Okay. That sounds pretty good.
And he was really good at it. Because, like, so this guy, Jan Barilla, it's supposed to be portrayed as this really smart, cunning man. He basically scammed like Panama and the U.S. into buying the French company that was building the canal that failed, and that's why the U.S. was doing it. And you know how he plays it? He plays just like the most fruity ass bastard that you would ever see. Like full on. There's this whole thing about they were gonna have a meeting and they were at a hotel, and he offers the main character to go to the hotel, and it's a whole joke.
Okay.
It's a whole joke because he's just playing like the most over the top fruity character in the year 1903.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's just like if you're gonna write something and you're gonna make something, and you're like, I want to be in this. Again, like, take a step back, neutral perspective, and be like, do I have to? Can anyone else do that? Because it's like, I'm thinking, like, there's so many Broadway actors. Like, literally anyone could have been Hamilton.
Yeah. And it's like sometimes it's a budget thing. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it is a budget thing. Like, if you're doing it and you're not given a lot of money, like, sometimes it's cheaper for you to do it. But, like, with how big Hamilton got, like, you're telling me they couldn't have got someone else to do it? Like,
I'm sorry, Lynn, but it's the truth.
I've gonna be honest, I've never actually listened to Hamilton all the way through because a lot of the annoying theater people I was in school with wouldn't stop singing it, and I didn't like the songs that I heard. And I was just like, I'm good. I'll pass.
I was in debate, and so my coach is this like millennial lawyer guy.
Yeah. Like it's so big with millennials. It's not really big with Gen Z that much. Like huge with millennials.
He wasn't really like a coach, as more of like an ex-alum who came back, and because he was so
unwelcome
young,
graduates, yeah.
No, he wasn't unwelcome because we like.
Oh, okay.
Our coach quit.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
the
save,
older guy
I'll save
quit.
that for later because I have a marching band story.
Yeah. and we were like, and the school didn't want to give us money to pay for another coach, so we were like, hey, dude, like, is there any chance? Like we might like pay for your gas or something, but do you want to just like coach us? Because he was really good and he was involved in a lot of stuff. And like he was on the younger side, so he ended up just being like a good mentor and friend. He like
yeah. No, I get what you mean.
But he was like very into Hamilton, and a bunch of the other guys, they were of the alphabet persuasion in the debate team. You know what I mean?
The Skittle Squad.
The Skittle Squad. And it was there was just a bunch of Hamilton, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be part of the conversation now, and I ended up watching it.
I specifically remember that with Hamilton specifically, it was one person that I went out with in high school. They would sing it all the fucking time in the car. And sometimes their sister would come and pick me up, and then the two of them would be singing it, and it's always the same song that they'd be fucking singing. And I was just like, I'm just like sitting in the backseat. I'm like 14 or 15. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, this fucking sucks, man.
Like Hamilton as a whole, it's good. Like in the individual pieces are not that strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I don't think, because again, I've listened to most of it. I've just never listened to it all the way through. None of the songs I'm ever like, this is fucking fantastic. Because like, I'm trying to think of some musical, like Les Mis. I firmly believe that the first act of Les Mis is really good on its own. Like that you can listen to. Yeah. You can listen to it either all the way down. You can listen to just a few songs. You can listen to Look Down. You can listen to like pretty much any of them. Honestly, in that first act. I think
it's like all projects, all like multi-part projects are on a spectrum where it's really bad with like one or two standouts, or it's like it's great but nothing really stands out, and then in the middle you have like perfect stuff.
Yeah, like okay, so I'm trying to think. Okay,
everything
like
stands alone.
Dear Evan Hansen is a bad musical. Let's lay that down. Dear Evan Hansen,
great songs,
terrible, great songs, great fucking songs.
Great fucking
Most
songs.
of those songs are fantastic. It's the stuff that connects the songs where that's like I'm like
Yeah.
like Dear Evan Hansen, fucking fantastic songs. Like if you're gonna shit on Dear Evan Hansen, shit on the stuff that it should get shit on for. Don't be like these songs suck. Because no, Sincerely Me is great. I'm trying to think of Sincerely Me's good.
Look. Hamilton,
Waving Through a Window.
complete opposite. Hamilton's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Great musical, terrible songs.
Yeah. You know what's actually a pretty decent musical?
What?
Did I ever tell you I went to go see the SpongeBob musical on Broadway? It's the only Broadway show I've been to.
This is like I'm not surprised about this information. This is like so in character for you.
Yeah. So when I would have been 15 because I was a sophomore in high school. My partner was like, I got these for our anniversary. I got us 2 tickets to go see SpongeBob on Broadway. And so we ended up going up to New York with their family. We left at like before the ass crack of dawn. We left at like 5:00 to get to, because then we drove over to Jersey. Philly. Yeah, no, I'm not from Philly. It's not like 2 hours away. It's like three hours ish. So we drove over to a bus stop in Jersey, and we took a bus over to New York, and that was pretty cool. And I just I got to the Big Apple. I almost got hit by a taxi, and an Arabic man yelled at me. An Arabic man did yell at me. I should have yelled. I did not go, "Hey, I'm walking here." I should have though. But like, yeah, I went to the city. We went to a couple things. We went to the Guitar Center in New York. That was kind of cool. The Guitar Center. We went to the Nintendo store. That was like the highlight for me, honestly, looking back on it.
Nintendo store. What was that
Nintendo store. Yeah, no, the Nintendo store. I bought like Eevee plushies that I left at home because I didn't want to take my Evolution plushies.
Dude.
I bought a Flareon, a Jolteon, and a Vaporeon. And I liked them.
Vaporeon?
The thing about Vaporeon is, but yeah, so I went to New York, and then where else the fuck did we go? We went to go see the musical. We got food at some place, and I left New York thinking, man, that was New York. I'll be okay if I never come back here.
See, like, there's something that talking about New York, there's something that I don't know how to convey to my parents or other people, where it's like sometimes I'm gonna have I have a craving for ethnic food, right?
Yeah.
But like the way I describe my craving is that I want the most nastiest, just like C-rated, cart in the street shawarma.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because in Old Town, there's a Euro cart. There's a Euro cart that opens. That I just found out about it.
Oh my!
I just found out about it. It opens at 10:00 at night on the weekends.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a Euro cart.
It's like. Did I ever?
And if you give them $1, they give you a piece of hot bread.
Oh my! Did I ever take you to Dos Americas?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is it's by the new AutoZone, the Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Great. You know how I went to that place. I don't know how I got there. I think I was just walking and I found it. It's a Mexican supermarket.
Okay.
And next to it, there's a Mexican restaurant. But do you know how it's good? Because the menu is just, there's no menu. It's just pasted on the wall.
Yeah.
Mismatched furniture.
Oh my god, yeah.
I speak full Spanish every time I go there.
Yeah.
And there's a limit. It's like a really, really short menu.
That's best fucking food you'll eat all day.
I know, right?
No, so back home for me in Wilkes-Barre.
And they only serve Mexican sodas.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go. I'll check this out. They'll call me a I forget the fuck. My brother's work, he's the only white boy there, so they call him white boy. They have like some word for it. They don't call him gringo.
John.
They don't call him a gringo. I forget what they call him. I don't think that's what they call him either. I don't know. I think it's a Mexican slang thing.
It's güero. If it's Mexican, they call him.
I think it is. I think that's what they call him. I'll go in. They'll call me a gringo or something. Yeah, like back home in Wilkes-Barre, we have a similar thing. My brother and I were like, This is the Brandon cultural appropriation story now.
I think I've said story before.
So what happens is my brother and I are like, my brother's been working at this pizza shop for 3 years now. He's the only white boy there. The rest of them are Mexican. My brother's boss actually took him to Mexico to meet his family. My brother went to his boss's daughter's quinceañera. He had to rent a suit in Mexico. And so we get back.
Plot twist: John married a Mexican woman.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like I don't know how to describe. Like it's going to happen.
You gotta take John here over summer. You gotta bring him.
That's true. So anyways, over winter break, a couple years ago, well, like last year, not the most recent one, the one like a year ago. So like winter 2021. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So my brother and I decide, man, we want to make tacos al pastor. And we're like, I don't know how the fuck to make that. So we go on YouTube and we're like looking at it. And it's all these white people being like, how to make authentic tacos al pastor.
You said it.
And we're like, this
wrong.
is going to be dog shit.
If it's white people, it's how to make authentic tacos al pastor.
Tacos al pastor. Yeah. So we're like, these are going to be terrible. Like, this is going to be so, like, not good. So what we did is we went on YouTube and we looked up tacos al pastor. And we just scrolled until we found a video where it was a little abuela who didn't speak a lick of English. And that was the recipe that we used. I have my brother sit down and translate it because I can read Spanish. You know how there's like 4 parts of like learning language? There's like reading, writing, speaking, and listening. I can read Spanish, and that's literally it.
Yeah, I said Brandon memes in Spanish.
Yeah. My brother can do all of it except for, I don't think he's super good at writing, but so what happens is, so we end up I have him just translate this recipe, and we end up going to like this little like Mexican supermarket or Hispanic supermarket in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and like we were like, this is gonna be good because it's in like a really shitty part of town. There's like 2 parking spaces in front of it. We walk in, they start speaking Spanish. I have my brother do all the talking for me, and we just go in. All of the stuff is in little plastic bags. All the stuff that we need in little plastic bags. I was like, John, we are about to have the best meal of our fucking lives. And then I spent the whole day cooking. My brother was a little busy. I just kind of got in the kitchen, got the pork shoulder, just kind of started getting to work, dude. I had a big wok that was just filled up with like the meat and the sauce, and I just had to let it reduce. I was watching that shit like a hawk. Fucking best meal I've ever cooked. Best fucking meal I've ever cooked.
This is like what I do with biscuits. I'm still trying different ones out, but like my first time like doing biscuits, because I fucking love biscuits. Like I can't go to KFC without getting biscuits. My favorite breakfast when I was at CSU was fucking the biscuit gravy bowl.
Yeah,
like I fucking love biscuits. Like
buttermilk biscuits. Gotta make buttermilk biscuits, dude.
I know, right? So I'm like, I want to make biscuits even before I went to CSU. At first, I just tried like the first recipe I found, like I got the Joshua Weissman recipe.
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Seriously, I hate that guy. I don't even know the guy. I'm sure he's not that bad. He just comes off as a fucking.
He has great
asshole.
recipes though. He has great.
Yeah, but
recipes.
I'm not like it's bad for the home kitchen. It's like terrible for the home kitchen.
Yeah, but I've been finding these videos of I instantly close the video if it's not a like thick accent Southern grandpa hands man, a honey like you know what I mean. Oh, honey, black woman teaching me how to make biscuits.
Like I hate to be like you kind of have to profile a little bit, but like if you're trying to get like the legit version of these things that hasn't been like bastardized and gentrified by white people, you kind of have to like profile a little bit.
Even by other white people. If you're gonna get recipes, you're not asking. You
wouldn't ask a person from fucking New York. You wouldn't ask a person from upstate New York or like New England how to make biscuits. You just wouldn't do that.
No, you don't ask John from New York. You ask John from El Paso, Texas, or some shit like that. Not even El Paso, just like middle bumfuck nowhere, Texas.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. You ask someone from like Appalachia. too, even like
Yeah,
West
yeah.
Virginia. It depends. Like you could ask someone in Pennsylvania how to make biscuits, but like you're not asking someone from like Philly how to make biscuits. You're asking someone from
Like if I
Appalachia,
want,
Pennsylvania.
if
You're asking
I
someone from
same thing
Hicksville, Pennsylvania.
with any kind of food, like you have to get like you want pizza. Okay, what kind of pizza do you want? You want
Yeah, no,
Italian
pizza.
style?
Yeah.
You want Italian style? You want New York style? Or you want any of the inferior versions? Because the only two acceptable types of pizza are Italian style and New York style.
Okay, so I need to, I never got to introduce you to this because there's just nowhere that makes it out here. So there's this thing called, I don't actually know if it's Old Forge. I think it's called Old Forge style pizza. So it's a variation of fried pizza.
Oh, that doesn't sound good to me.
It's so fucking good, dude. It is so fucking good.
But
so where I'm from in
gonna
Pennsylvania, we're like the perfect spot to get pizza because you have good pizzas. You have like your New York style place, and you have a fuck ton of them because it's tri-state area.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay down the law now, and a lot of you people aren't going to like this. A lot of you listeners aren't going to like this. The only good place in the world that makes pizza, then you can get a reliably good piece of pizza, is the tri-state area.
That's if you're
Pennsylvania,
getting
New York, Jersey, the only places in the world you can get reliably a good piece of pizza.
For New York style.
Yeah.
And this one place in Colorado that we're not going to divulge because it's a trade secret.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to hear it. You're going to be like, but Brandon, there's a good place in Fort Collins where you can get... No, shut up. You're lying. There's no fucking good pizza in Fort Collins. Crazy Carl's. You got to go to Crazy Carl's. Fuck Crazy Carl's. Crazy Carl's is the most overrated shit ever. I get Domino's over Crazy Carl's because it's just not worth it.
Colorado style pizza fucking sucks.
Dude, it's not even that hard to fucking make pizza. It the oven has to get hot enough. It's that they fuck up the dough. The dough's always too bready.
Yeah.
It's always too bready.
It's like so there's like American style pizza. You can't fuck up American style pizza because that's just your Domino's, your fucking Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah. That's just
American style. So it won't even enter this conversation. But Italian style and New York style, there's finesse to that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I get you 100%. Yeah. No, but like if you're gonna be like, but there's good pizza here. No, shut up. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm a pizza snob. I gatekeep pizza. This is the one thing I'm like a snob about. That's a lie. I'm a snob about a lot of things. That's a fucking lie.
You're just a snob in general, Brandon.
But specifically with pizza, I will not hear people out. Like if you're like, hear me out about this place, I'm like, I'm not gonna hear you out. I'm really not. I'm not gonna hear you out. But like my brother, I'm waiting for my brother. He's worked at this pizza place for like 3 years. I'm like, John, you got to get the recipe, John. Give me the recipe, John. Because like if you get a pizza stone or I think a pizza steel is the current like meta for home pizza, home New York style pizza. That's you can get pretty close to an actual New York style slice. I'd say you can get like scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being exact, 1 being whatever the fuck they serve in Colorado. You can get like an 8 or a 9, which is pretty solid.
We're gonna get whenever we get the Momscast compound, we're gonna we're gonna have like the best fucking pizza equipment on the Momscast compound.
We're making a fucking brick pizza oven if we get an office.
Definitely. No. We're gonna get a compound. The Momscast compound.
We're just gonna rent a house.
No, bro. We like eventually we're gonna have just 10 acres of land. That's just that Momscast compound.
Yeah. We'll have chickens and goats.
Unironically,
and that would be about it because chickens are such like people like. I don't want to be like they're like big egg, big grocery is like don't bite chickens. They're actually telling you that now. They're pushing a lot of chickens are a waste of money because they're like, oh, chickens only lay eggs for 2 years. It's like, do you know how like little space a chicken takes up, and also like how inexpensive chicken feed is relative to like anything? They eat corn, and corn is subsidized. You can buy chicken feed for so cheap.
Bro, chickens aren't like you get a chicken, you get a hen, and you get a cock. Infinite money glitch.
Dude, it's usually not actually worth it to keep the roosters.
Like you just
unironically, yeah. So I think the way I would do it if I had the space for it, I would just get a dozen. Like I would just get 12 chickens, 12 hens. 12 hens and a rooster. Because the
Yeah.
rooster honestly is just there to like scare off like small like animals that would eat them, and like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, but still, it's still like if you get your rooster and then you actually get like chicks from the rooster. And
Yeah,
the
no,
hens,
infinite money glitch. Yeah,
infinite money glitch.
It's also not that chickens aren't that expensive. I don't believe they're not that expensive really. Like my uncles have a farm in southern Pennsylvania, and I would go there a lot growing up. Haven't really seen them that much. I'm kind of hoping I can get out to visit them again sometime. But like, yeah, they have a lot of chickens. I think they started with like 6, I think, and I think they have over 50 now. Because they just take up like no space. They have like they own like they have like a shed that they just turned into a hen house, and like every morning they just wake up and they get the eggs. They sell the eggs on the side of the road.
It's not easy. It's not easy to keep them. Like it's not super hard, but
No.
it requires some skill. Because
It requires some skill.
Like as a child, because like I had a few chicks growing up, and of course they died. You know, over the summer, because they would just get wet. They get hypothermia so easily.
Yeah, no, they get diseases really easily.
Yeah. So
because they're birds, but like
yeah, they're like there's a but aside from that, they're just so easy to keep.
They're so easy to keep. They don't like the food's not expensive. They don't need that. Like they need room. Obviously, you want to not keep them like cooped up. But like they don't need like a ton of space.
And after the 2 years that they don't lay eggs anymore, guess what? You have a whole rotisserie chicken right there.
That too, you can eat it. Also, like old hens, like you can like the old hens. They teach the new hens that you get how to do things. Like they're not useless. They're not
like you kill a few and you keep a few. You know what I mean? It's just the cycle of life. See, you kill the ones that aren't fat, and then you keep the fat ones.
Yeah. Dude, we could keep bees. We could be beekeepers.
Yeah, that'd be good for the environment too.
My uncles, the same uncles, they got these goats when I was like 12 or something, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna keep these goats and we're gonna get them pregnant, and then we're gonna sell goat milk and goat cheese on the side of the road. And then they never got the goats pregnant, so they just kept like 6 goats as pets.
Hear me out.
So incredible.
Cheap might be the move.
What?
Cheap?
Sheep?
Yeah.
Maybe. What? Sell the wool?
Well, sell the wool. Then you also got milk, and then you also got mutton.
Do people buy sheep milk? Is that a thing?
I don't know. We can make cheap milk, like cheap cheese. I don't know.
I've never heard of this.
I mean,
I would do alpacas. We need to get some alpacas.
No, alpacas are
Sell the
hard.
alpaca wool though. You can make bank off of that.
Yeah, but alpacas are hard. You know, we can just get cheap. We can get cheap, and then like we make it like a one-off merch drop, and it's just like Momscast wool sweaters, like grassroots Momscast wool sweaters.
Yeah, Momscast wool sweaters, and we sell them for like $500 each. God, I want again. If we ever do merch, we need to have like the most fire merch designs ever.
You know what's hard to keep?
What?
Cows.
Cows
So
aren't even
much
fucking
work.
worth it, dude. They're not even fucking worth it. If you're gonna
much
do it for your
work.
own personal like farm, not even worth it.
Like so much work. Because my grandpa used to keep cows, and some of my uncles still do. So much work because they're so picky with their feed too.
Yeah, seriously. And they need a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Like a lot of land, most agricultural land in the States isn't actually used to grow food. It's used to grow cattle feed.
Yeah, and like dude, like the thing is that cattle, like it's not like the land doesn't really go bad because like they just like
no, the land does go bad because of cattle. Yeah,
it depends on how much.
Cattle actively ruin soil quality.
No, because sometimes it's self-sustaining because eat poop grass. They migrate. They come back.
Yeah, if you do it sustainably, which is not like super hard, but you do have to put in a bit of work to do it sustainably.
Yeah.
It's not super bad, but like the way most of the United States does it, it's pretty bad for the soil. Yeah. That's why the Dust Bowl happened actually.
Yeah.
In the 1900s, that was what caused the Dust Bowl.
but like the thing is that by the pound and the amount of work, cows are like the best option. But it's so hard a threshold. You get so much meat, but for so much work.
It's
You know what I mean?
the returns you get on cattle meat, actually, like, it costs so much money that if it dies at any point, and if you waste any of it, it's such like a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because of all the
But,
money
like,
you had to spend on the feed and also like just
You know what
everything,
might
because
be-
it takes a while for a cow to get that big. It takes a while for a cow to get big.
You know what might be the move if we get like the Momscast compound?
What?
We get like I'm gonna say like 100 pounds of rice and like one cow, like one whole cow, like obviously in the butcher.
Yeah.
It's like the whole cow. That's food for a year, bro.
Yeah. No, if we do the sheep, we could also get a sheepdog for the compound. We could get a herding dog.
Of course, like obviously
dog?
we're getting a work dog for the Momscast compound.
Yeah. Well, so if we ever do end up getting, even if we just get like a house, the rule would have to be that neither of us are allowed to actually stay at the house, because if they find out, so the way it works is we sign it saying that we're going to be using it only as an office, and if they find out that we're sleeping in it, that's when we get like not sued, but like we get fined a decent bit of money by the person we're leasing from.
This is what you do. You get a camera. You don't necessarily and you just record yourself sleeping. And just move it to the kitchen and you record yourself cooking. And that's just content. So, but we scrapped it because it wasn't really a good idea if they ever asked. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's like why Patrick Bateman records whenever he brings up like the prostitutes. It's because it's no longer prostitution. It's porn now.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, like, I don't know. I would be down to get an office cat, because also a cat like could just stay at the like we'd be there pretty often. We could just have a cat be there.
Yeah, but I think dogs
Also, cat
are
would
more.
keep the mice out.
Yeah, but dogs.
Okay,
are
so the difference is if you leave a dog at a place,
yeah, that doesn't
dog
happen.
will go
That
crazy.
doesn't
Dog
happen.
will go insane. Dog will fucking starve. It'll die. A
Cat?
cat will be self-sufficient. A cat will be
Will do
self-sustaining.
fine.
Like,
He'll
it'll
do
be
fine.
fine. It'll be
But
fine.
like, Momscast has dog vibes, bro.
Momscast is a dog podcast.
Yeah, dude. Talking about dogs,
You got
I think
that
it's time
dog.
for the mid roll.
What?
I think it's time for the mid roll. Brandon from Momscast, I'm so sorry, but you only have 30 seconds left to live.
30 seconds? But that's not enough time, Doctor. I'm so young, Doctor.
Any last words? Just say something for your family.
But 30 seconds? I don't know. I guess follow Mom Said It's My Turn on the podcast on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Momscast, and Spotify and other podcast platforms at Mom Said It's My Turn on the podcast. Doctor, what do I have?
Doctor, I came as soon as I could. Is he still alive? I'm sorry. I'm afraid he's passed. No!
All right, we're back. Back to the episode. I don't know how much of this is getting left in. We're back. We're back. Okay. So I saved this for later because I didn't want to derail the conversation we were having earlier.
Sure.
Don't know if you've noticed, dear listener, ever since we switched to virtual, we've gotten a lot better about staying on topic.
I know, right?
Like, we have gotten very good about staying on topic.
I think I also brought this up, but I think it's just like we're up to 18 episodes of the
19,
podcast now.
technically. 19
technically. Well, 20
Technically 20. Technically 20.
So it's like, gosh. Like,
I
we've
know.
been
I
at
would
this
hope
for
we're
a
okay at this.
while.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 6 months.
I'm like, you know what?
We've been
Let's
doing this for
talk-
6 months, Victor.
Let's talk numbers on the podcast.
Can we
little bit.
talk numbers after?
Sure, after. Should your story.
After. Okay, so going back earlier, I don't know if you remember this bit.
Like a coach, as more of like an ex-alum who came back, and because he was so
Unwelcome
dumb,
graduates. Yeah. Yeah.
no, he wasn't unwelcome because we like
Oh, okay.
our coach quit.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
the
save
older guy
I'll save
quit.
that for later because I have I have a marching band story.
Yeah. like
You remember that bit?
yeah, I remember that bit.
Okay. So my high school, my high school marching band. We had a little bit of a problem with unwanted graduates showing back up to help, and it was kind of funny because it got to the point that like we had a copy pasta that would go around where it was the Rick. I'm Rick Harrison and this is my pawn shop.
Yeah.
So the way the copy pasta went was I'm Mr. K and this is my marching band. I work here with my staff and my helpers, unwelcome graduates. There's like a big rest after that, but I really don't remember what the fuck it was.
Holy shit.
But like it was just kind of like a bit of a joke because it was always the people that no one liked that would come back and help. Like it was always those people, and you'd just be like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah,
you'd be like, "All right, new
definitely.
year." Like I'm like one notch up the totem pole, because like there's that totem pole you got to climb up from a freshman to senior.
Yeah,
you're like, "All right,
it's
I'm up the
always
totem
there.
pole," and then it's just like there's like just people who should have been gone that graduated, and you're like, "Why are you here right now?" Like what are you doing here?
Don't get me wrong, I loved my high school clubs and experiences, but would I go back regularly
Fuck no.
to hang out with the people? No, I don't know you, bro.
No, yeah. So what ended up happening actually? What I want to talk about is we had this is I'm not going to get into specifics, so I don't get in trouble with the people involved with this story because I don't know if they're going to listen to this if we ever blow up and make it. But so what happened was it was all 4 years I did marching band. There was this woman who came and was helping us out, and she was, I don't know if she graduated from my high school, but like she was like a recent high school graduate and was in college.
Yeah.
And from several reputable sources, she was grooming one of our drummers.
That's fucking funny.
Terrible situation.
But like a sophomore.
Yeah, so it was from his sophomore year. The guy was 2 years older than I was.
Oh, it was a guy.
By the time it was a guy it was an older woman. Yeah. So by the time I got into high school, I was a freshman. He was a junior. He was already like in the thick of it. He was in the thick of it, bro. And like, she was just like the worst. She was so annoying. Like none of us liked her at all. We were like, "Why are you here?" Like she was just like, she was taking it so seriously. And we're like, "We're a high school marching band.
Yeah,
this is not high art. This is not. We weren't even a competing band. We didn't compete. We just did shows for fun."
This is my opinion with the graduates returning. You only have 1 year to do that. That's the year right after you graduate, and it really depends on your situation. Because sometimes there's that junior senior bond that's just there, and you're like there to support like your proteges and shit like that, and it's an act of support to be there. Not every single time, but be present that senior year for them. But once they graduate, once your juniors graduate, you're out.
My thoughts with that were, okay, so I graduated high school, and so my senior year of high school, I thought I was coming out to Colorado immediately after I graduated. I thought I was coming out here like the August after I graduated high school, and then COVID happened. I didn't decide to go to community college until August of 2020.
Oh yeah, me too.
I decided so late to go to community college instead of coming here.
Because I was gonna be doing welding, right off the bat, and then COVID happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm spending time at home. Let's just do the remote learning.
Yeah, and so what ended up happening was like my brother was a junior in high school, and so like I would go to things. I was like, I'm not gonna be an unwelcome graduate. Like, I hated those people. I'd be a hypocrite if I was.
Yeah, yeah.
So what ended up happening was I would just go to things. I wouldn't go to every single thing that was happening, but like,
Yeah,
I'd go to the
you just go
important
some.
stuff.
Yeah,
I went
you
to
go
so like
some.
I went to go see the show. I went to see the field show. I went to see like the fall play. I went to go see like the spring musical. I went to like the winter band concert and the spring band concert. I went to
Yeah,
the things that it's like acceptable to go to. You
Yeah,
know?
the way I rule it, you have like maybe 2-3 practices.
Oh, I didn't even
where-
go to the practices. I picked
like,
my brother up from practices. I didn't go to the practices.
You have like 2-3 practices to just like come and be like help, like the first ones of the year to be like, okay, you just help out the help out the newbies to like with practice. You know what I mean?
I don't even think you help out the new. What I ended up my philosophy with it.
Just give space to the seniors to start like doing their shit.
Yeah,
while you
yeah.
Take like
Exactly.
ace in the newbies. Then
Yeah.
after like 3, you're out. You only come to events.
Like my senior year of high school that I in marching band, what my focus was like, I was kind of like, I kind of want to make sure like the clarinets, because I played the clarinet in high school. Yeah. Laugh. Haha. Brandon plays Destiny. Haha. Brandon played the clarinet. Brandon likes music. Haha. Get the jokes out. I was like, okay, we're gonna make this like, let's take this seriously. Let's just like, because I was just like, let's just be the best. Why shouldn't we be the best? You know. So like, we just did our shit, and I was just kind of spending a decent bit of the year being like, hey, to like the juniors and the seniors, just to everybody, like the juniors and the sophomores and even the freshmen. I was like, hey, like, I'm gone next year. I'm not coming back. Like the other people, they're not coming back. Like, here's how you like actually like lead this little thing. Like, you're supposed to be like kind of passing down your knowledge to the
pass
people
on the
years
torch,
younger
yeah.
than you. You're supposed to be passing on that torch. And when you come back as a graduate, you're going like, it's kind of like, I don't trust you to hold this torch.
Yeah.
And that's why
Like,
I was like,
it's-
I passed on the torch. Like, y'all don't need me
Like
there.
what I mean is like you can come back to help. If
Yeah.
you're asked. If you're asked, you can come back to help.
If you're asked, it's fine. If you're asked,
Yeah.
it's fine. If you decide you're going to show up and then ask to help, that's
And
when
also,
it's like, weirdo
have-
alert.
You have to have like a good relationship with at least a handful of seniors
Correct. Yeah.
just to show up. Cause like just a good relationship with at least a handful of seniors. If you don't have that relationship, no one wants you there.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
the
'cause
thing
it's
is,
Yeah.
my senior year was so different because like so the way it worked on Real Squad is that you like you're supposed to help as a senior, but there's like 2 people that are just like let's say captains, right? They're the
Yeah,
captains
yeah.
on Real Squad, and so
Yeah.
there were 2 people and there were 3 people aiming for that on my class. We were all friends, and then like
Yeah.
I had the worst grades out of the 3 of us, so even though I was the one that was like the longest, like I was the there like from the start before even the 2 of them, and they like the school administration would call me to set up stuff when like the last year when the seniors were doing finals.
Yeah.
They just were like, oh yeah, your grades are shit. Like we're gonna have the other 2 kids do it, which was fine. But then I had noticed that every single time where there were like clearly 3 people running for it, and then like whichever the third one was, they just like lost all sense of like working hard to do it. I always found it strange until the year where I was the third person that got left out, and I was like, it's like what's left for me to work towards? Because I already know all the shit. I'm just teaching. I'm just
Yeah.
teaching I'm just teaching the freshmen. Like and then no one can tell me shit about it except my 2 best friends. Cause like
Yeah.
I am now like the second rung of the totem pole, and the 2 like
Yeah.
and the rung above that is just like whatever.
Yeah. No, I
And
get that.
It was a funny experience.
Yeah. I it's just like, I'm trying to think. We actually did have another person get asked who came back. We had to ask to leave, actually, because like, so he was a year older than us, than me and like my friends in marching band. He was a year
Oh.
older than us, so he came back after he graduated, and he had this thing with this girl who I was in my section, same age as me, so like we're both seniors. He was just recently graduated, and like they had like a very on and off again thing throughout high school, and like it started to like lean towards that on again, and we were just like, dude, you gotta go before this becomes like a liability issue.
Yeah. No,
because like we already had someone like who actually did groom a minor. We already had that happen.
No, dude.
We cannot have this happen again, and you're not actually doing it. Like, you know, so like you're a year older. We've known you for like 3 years. Yeah. Like it would be normal if it happened. It's just like it's just kind of weird now that you graduated.
Yeah. The funny part is that the drum line of like my school's marching band. Yeah. Like, it like the whole band and drill platoon as a whole, they got smaller as like I went through high school.
Like I had the opposite actually. Band got much larger as I was in marching band.
Significantly smaller. And so you know what drumline would do? They would just call up the alums and be like, we need placeholders. We need people to feel the.
Oh my god! Yeah.
We need people to feel the line, and so like people that had graduated like all the way up to 3 years would just like come back, and this was school uniform because like most schools in Panama use uniforms.
Yeah.
Like, put the uniform on, and they would go to presentations because like they just didn't have enough people to just like look that good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into a spicy take here to wrap up the podcast. Let's go home on a spicy take and a spicy point of conversation. All right, Victor. Now, this is the common knowledge point. Senior in high school and freshman in high school. That's a no-no. Right? We can agree on this.
I'm going to say it depends on the dates.
He's going to say it depends?
A January senior with a December I don't know how it works because like I'm not that good with the U.S. school calendar.
Our school calendar goes August to June.
So like early school year senior with I don't know how the math works out, but the thing is that it depends on like that last year.
I'm disagreeing so hard on this.
How closer is the person? How close is the senior to being a junior, like to the in age to the juniors to like the other thing?
So is what you're saying? Is like
brain development at that age, it's like really exponential.
Okay, so when I was in high school, my birthday was late. My birthday's in August, so I would turn so you know how you're supposed to you turn 18 during your senior year of high school if your birthday's during the school year. Here. Yeah. So I turned 17 right before my school year started. Is that what you're talking about with this?
Yeah. It's like how how close is there really a 3-year gap or is it more of a 2-year gap? Sorry,
it's
a 4-year
3
gap?
and 4. Yeah.
Is there more of a 3-year or a 4-year?
I'm disagreeing hard on this take.
No, because like you see sophomore and
it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter,
junior
bro.
And
it's the life experience. It's the life. I've been disagreeing on that one too. Actually, it's the life experience, bro. It's the life experience, bro. It doesn't matter how close they are, like in age gap. I'm
gonna tell you the truth. I am biased because I went to a 3-year high school, so it's a bit different. Yeah. So just my life experience is a bit different. So that like the bias, like because when you tell me like fresh, like there was basically no junior year. So when you tell me senior and freshman, my point still stands because it's like a 2-3 year difference instead of the 4-3.
Yeah. Okay. So here it's just kind of like it's generally agreed upon here that if you are a senior in high school, you do not
for the freshies.
You don't talk to freshmen with the intention of getting involved with them. And if you do, obviously the freshmen aren't gonna the freshmen think they're hot shit because they're like, I'm going out with a senior. I'm talking to a senior. But like all of the people your own age, they're looking at you and they're like, it's that conversation like in Scott Pilgrim where it's like Scott Pilgrim's going out with a high schooler.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim's going out with a high schooler.
It's just like, so on paper, me and Nat have like a 1-year age gap on paper because I'm 02, she's 03.
Yes, correct.
So if you only look at that, and then on paper, I'm closer to Nat's sister because she's also 02. This is the
Yeah.
thing. Nat and her sister, they're both February babies,
Yeah.
and I'm an October baby.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm way closer to Natalie on age than I'm to her sister.
Yes.
So that's what I was saying. Like in my high school, it'd be like that. Like how
Yeah.
much older are you really?
So yeah, in at least where I went to school, it was not like how close are you in age. It was like if you are a senior in high school about to graduate and get
Yeah,
like a
but then-
job or go to college, it is weird for you to talk to someone who just finished middle school.
Yeah, it's also the fact that why are you talking to a freshman when you're just getting
That too.
chipped off to college?
That too. That
Chipped
too.
off
It's
to
like we
college.
know what you're doing here. Like everybody, like you're not being slick. Like everybody knows
like,
what you're.
here
Oh fuck!
at
Fuck! Dude, hold on. I'm sorry. I just had a thought that just like
Don't worry about
reemerged
it.
from like the
Don't worry
recesses
about
of my
it.
mind. Dude, when I was in 11th grade, it got out that this one dude who he wasn't so like the way it worked was like after middle school. What happened was you chose to either go to the high school or to the vocational school to like learn like a trade. And so this guy went to the trade school, but we still like knew of him and like loosely kept up with him because he was kind of cringe on Instagram. Dude, it came out he was in 11th grade sliding into 7th graders' DMs.
What?
Dude, we found that out. We were
No,
like,
no.
What
Wait,
the
wait.
fuck? What the
I'm
fuck? Dude,
gonna
we were
tell
like,
you
what the fuck?
I just remembered this. No, coming back to your question about like seniors and
Yeah.
freshmen. Yeah. It's a no. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause again, my high school was a 3-year program.
Yeah.
So seniors are basically like juniors.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was these guys in my class that were like it was a whole group of them, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be like these type of people. Of course, would be the ones to do this, but like it was the anime kids. The actual,
Yeah, it always
like,
is. It literally always
like
it
like
literally
the,
always
the,
is.
the stinky people that wouldn't
Yep.
shower after
Yep.
PE.
It's literally always those people.
They were dating 8th graders.
Yeah, that's the-
before
yeah,
you
that's the-
before
yeah,
you
that's
go,
the draw, yeah.
so also take into account, I'm not justifying them, but most schools outside of the U.S. don't work on a middle school, high school system. We refer
Yeah,
to
no,
like,
I know. Middle
there
school's
is-
weird. Middle school is
do-
like a weird US thing.
Yeah, we do secondary school, which is 7th all the way up to like 12th. So it would be like both middle and high school. So there was
Yep.
no like they weren't in a different building per se.
Yeah.
So you know. But still,
Yeah, no, I get you, yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird, dude. It's just like what are you
because
doing?
Also, because it's 8th graders.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
8th graders.
Yeah. Like when we found out that dude was texting middle schoolers, like because that's like 7th graders. That's like you still have another
8th
year
graders?
of middle school, bro.
Eighth-
You're a junior in high school. You can drive a car, bro. You can drive a
8th
car. You
graders-
can get a job, and you're talking
Eighth-
to someone who's worrying
Dude.
about pre-algebra homework.
8th graders are 2 years away from elementary.
Yeah.
No, not even that. They're 1 year away from being fresh out of elementary.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Cause
No.
like,
So
cause like you know what I mean? Cause like maybe freshmen I can see how some freshmen some people develop faster than other people. You know what I mean? That's
dude,
a fact.
it's that's
But
then they hit them with the-
graders,
yeah.
8th
yeah.
graders.
Like, bro, that is a child. Like, that is a child, bro. Yeah. So my spicier take is that I'm still not okay with juniors and freshmen in high school. But that is a me thing because I was abused by a junior in high school when I was a freshman. That is a me problem.
Again,
That is a me
junior-
problem. I also have that I'm more willing to budge
Yeah.
on. I'm a bit more willing to budge on, but it can't be right at the start of the year. It has to be like
yeah.
it can't be
Before.
right at the start of the year.
Middle-
because like
middle
that
year,
is like
middle
you are
year.
fresh out
Yeah.
of middle school because that's
Middle
what
of the
happened
year.
to me. It was right when I started high school. This person was 3 years older than me. Actually, the age gap was like 3 years.
That's what I'm
Just 'cause
telling
when our
you.
birthdays were, and that's when I was like, I like looking back on it now. I'm like, I was ruined by this person. This person ruined my life.
Juniors,
And we
juniors
need
and
to stay working
freshmen.
on it. We stay working
Yeah.
on it.
Juniors and freshmen, it's all about that gap. It really
It's
is.
about the age gap, and it's about when in the year it starts happening. Because
Yeah.
again, if you're a junior in high school if you're a junior in high school talking to someone who is fresh out of middle school, that's a little sus, bro. That's a little among
But
us.
if you're like a young junior like that just met someone in the class and you're jiving, you know what I mean? Maybe.
So the thing is,
maybe.
usually juniors and freshmen will not interact unless it's like there's an extracurricular involved.
Yeah. Unless you're like
Yeah.
you've been jiving for a while, like he's an older freshman and you're like a younger junior.
So
at that
what
point,
happened with me was like I was like, oh my god, I think I'm hot shit. This person's 2 years older than me. Like, what the fuck? I'm like cool, and all my friends are not.
I'm the Rizzler, bro. I'm the Rizzler.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was like, I'm like telling my therapist all this, and they're like, yeah, no, you're not
victim.
the Rizzler. You were Yeah, you're not the Rizzler. You are a victim.
No, like it's just the thing.
I was like, that's not very cool. I was like, that's not very cash money of you.
I'm gonna tell like I see it. People that can't pull on their age group for very like obvious reasons, like behavioral issues, but just tend to aim for younger people. And it's not younger people. It's
a grooming thing. Yeah, it's a maturity thing. It's a maturity thing.
Yeah, it's like an age group, and age groups get bigger as time goes on.
Yeah.
That's why your parents might have a 5-year age gap, but that doesn't mean that you as a senior should be going with someone in middle school.
That's like, it's my parents have a bigger age gap. Yeah, when did your parents meet?
If your dad was fucking 30 and your mom was 25, dude, by all means.
Who cares?
Who cares?
My dad's 10 years older than my mom, but also they met when my mom was like 25 and my dad was like 35. They both
who cares?
Like, that's fine. Who gives a shit?
They're both adults.
Gives a
out
fuck?
Of like they're. I don't know if your parents went to college, both of them, but they're old enough to be.
Nah,
but the thing is that they're both enough to be.
Dude, let's go.
They're both old enough to be out. My parents really fucked me. My parents really fucked me with that one. Like you know how many grants there are for fucking first generation.
Oh, there's a lot. I get everything on a silver plate.
And you know what? I want to study engineering. And like mechanical engineering, and both my parents are engineers, and they pick the most useless engineering to teach other people because they pick civil and industrial. So I know jack shit about it. Yeah, and I don't get any of the money. I don't get any of the money.
Getting back on topic and kind of going off of this, the shit we've been talking about does not apply to college. Like, no, absolutely does not apply.
Maybe if you're a senior.
Unless you're a senior going out with a freshman. And even then, actually, I was going to say, it only really if it's a senior guy. No, both ways. It swings both ways here. But equal rights, equal fights.
It only really makes sense if it's like late in the year and you're not moving out, you're doing grad at the same college. There's no point.
I'm gonna still say it's weird. I'm gonna still go with it's
late in the year.
I would give you a side eye. I would if you okay. So obviously we have a different experience here because we were never we didn't go to college as freshmen.
Yeah.
But if one of my residents came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, this is my boyfriend," and it's a dude who's about to graduate in a week, I would I would look at them a little weird. I think I would look at them a little weird.
That's why I say that you have to be going to grad at least in a 30-minute drive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
bro. Why are you, as a person with a degree and a real job, going out with someone who can't go to a bar yet?
Yeah, the thing is, if you're going to grad school in the same area where you're gonna still see this person, I might be aight. But if you're just gonna be on your job.
Yeah. No, if you have a real job and you're I'm going out with a 19-year-old, bro, you're 22. You're 22 or 23.
You are not Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, you are not him. And even if you were him, I would still say it's weird. You are not that guy. You are not that guy.
It is. It is weird.
It is weird. I don't know. It's just
not about age. It's about the age group.
It's about that maturity thing, dude. It's about that mental maturity and life experience, bro.
That's what I'm telling you. It's about the age group.
Like it's about that mental maturity. All right, I think we had a pretty good episode today. Oh shit, I did actually want to tell you. So Weezer's going on tour.
Holy shit, he's dead.